Hey, what's up, everybody? This is day two. Put my model out here against the market. Yesterday's recap: it was 4-3 for winners, spreads, and 3-4 for totals. So a couple of games were close, but that's what we ended up doing yesterday. Go ahead and get into this since that early game over in Germany. Okay, so the first one we're going to get into is going to be that game that's in Germany. Right now, the model is predicting Orlando to win by a little over two, and the market is 4.5. It's also got the over 232 against 229.5. Now, this game is in Germany, and you got the Wagner brothers over there, both coming back from injury. I don't know how much they'll be playing, but with it being in their home country, I would imagine they're probably going to try to play as much as they can and will probably be an impact in that game. So the model's been on Orlando the entire time, fluctuated from about 5 to 2 points on the spread, and it has dropped from around 235, 236 down to 232. So it has gotten closer to what the market's sitting at right now. All right, next game is going to be Phoenix and Detroit. This has been one of the most consistent games. Has Detroit from 6 to 8 points all week long, every day on the predictions, and total's been about 224 to 228. So, like I said, pretty consistent. It has Detroit covering the spread. Spreads at 6.5. It has Detroit by 7, and it has the over by about 3 points, 2.5 points, I guess. So again, one of the most consistent on the model. Doesn't mean it's going to actually be exactly what happens, but the model definitely likes this game. All right, next we got Boston and Miami. This one's been way less consistent from the model. It's started with Boston, went to Miami, Boston, back to Miami. So total's been low teen or low 20s to high teens. Um, so against the market, the model has Miami, and the market is Boston by 2.5. Also has way higher on the total in the market. There's a lot of shooters on both sides. Obviously, if they get hot, there's going to be a lot more scoring. Um, the model likes it. That's about 16 points lower. So the under might be a good way to go if you think that they can actually play defense tonight. But if you think White and what was it, Powell, Hero, all of them are going to get hot, then I would not trust the model. It's obviously not too confident with that graph. You see how much it's changed over the last week. Now we're going to get into the OKC game in Houston. The model and market are actually pretty close on the spread. The model likes OKC by 3, and the spread is 3.5. And then the total, the model's a little bit over, 5 points over. So it's been pretty consistent. OKC, after they finally beat San Antonio, looks like they jumped a little bit more. I know Houston's been struggling a little bit the last few games. So it's been the model's been on OKC all week long, every day. It's just grown a little bit and then shrunk a little bit back the last day. The total has been shrinking, shrunk by 6 points from the first day that the model was run. So it's going down towards closer to where the market has the total at right now. All right, next we got San Antonio taking on Milwaukee at home. All week long, the model's been on San Antonio. Started out about 6, kind of went down to 3, back up to 6, and it's back at 3. So the model does like San Antonio to win. It's just not sure on how much they think that they'll beat them by. The total has fluctuated a little bit, not too bad. I'm sitting at 225 right now, which is 1 point under what the market has, but the spread there. So every day it's been at 6 or less. The market has it at 7.5. Milwaukee obviously got blown out last game by Minnesota, so that's why the model's kind of jumping around a lot. Is neither of these teams have been really consistent recently. All right, now we got Utah going to Dallas. The market actually has Utah by 1.5. The model still likes Dallas by 7.5, which is kind of interesting to me. I don't Utah seems to be the better team to me. I don't know if Markkanen's playing today. I did not check the injuries on that. The total is pretty close. They got it at 236.5. The model likes 235.5. So the bigger discrepancy here is on the spread. So it might be one where, depending on injuries, you might look at Dallas covering the spread, maybe even bump it up a little bit if you want, add some more points to it. Total's been pretty consistent. It's only fluctuated about four points all week long. So all week it's been on Dallas to win by 3 points or more, and it actually grew over the last day. So all right, now we got New York going to Golden State. Model is pretty confused on this game. It started Golden State, went to New York once they started playing a little better, and then after they lost to Sacramento last night, it dropped them way off. So the total's been right around 230 to 235. The market has Golden State by 7.5 and the total at 227.5. So all week long, the model has been on the over, except for day 5. Looks like it went down to 226.5, but not too far under. And then the spread, it's never quite had Golden State up to 7.5. It's been pretty close a couple times, but like I said, it's not seeing a whole lot that I would trust in this. The confidence is not there with all this jumping around and inconsistency. All right, so now we got Atlanta and Portland. Started off on Portland early in the week, and it made a big jump for Atlanta, and it stayed there for the tail end. I know Portland's had some injuries out. Atlanta, I think McCollum actually played at least one game now. So if you if you trust how they've been playing recently, and the injuries and players that are actually going to be playing are still in the game, then Atlanta looks like the way to go. The model's been pretty confident the last few days for this spread, so it still has Portland on the spread side though. It doesn't have Atlanta quite up to that 4.5, and then the total is just 1 point over, so that's pretty close. Not really confident one way or the other on the total from the model. I would go more on the spread and or money line even. Maybe just take Atlanta. Last game is going to be Charlotte at the Lakers. Charlotte's been playing pretty well recently. They seem to be a lot healthier. Lakers had that one really bad game in Sacramento against Sacramento, so I think that was day 4 when on that big drop right there. I think they had a couple other low scoring games around that same time that also impacted the predictions on their score, which is why it dropped so much. So I don't know how healthy Luke is. I know he played last game, made a bunch of threes, um, but they were saying had hurt something. I don't remember what it was. But so the market's on LA 5.5 and the over 232.5. The model likes Charlotte to win, so obviously it likes them to cover that plus spread. And then it's right around that same for the total, right at 232, so half a point under. So it's been on Charlotte all week except for day 2. Day 2 it made a quick little jump for the Lakers over top when Charlotte dipped down, but Charlotte has definitely been the most consistent team from the model all week long. So hopefully you can find some of this useful. If there's information here that you don't understand that you want me to go over sometime, let me know. If there's anything that I'm not going over that's not even on the slides that you would be interested in, let me know. If you actually watch this, I appreciate it. I was the only one to watch it yesterday, so thanks for suffering through it with me.